It was confirmed for me this weekend. I get to live right. I can't go to hell. Let me tell you why I can't go to hell, y'all. Let me tell you why I can't go to hell. Y'all, I was in Phoenix. I'm going to finish these super chats, but I got to tell y'all this story because I meant to tell y'all this story the day I came back, and I did the live stream to tell y'all how Phoenix was with Charlie's homegoing. I think I was too traumatized to really tell y'all the whole story. Okay, y'all listen. I didn't tell y'all this story because I was too traumatized and I couldn't get it out. But some days have passed, so I can tell this story now. So, as you guys know, I was in Phoenix for Charlie Kirk's funeral, had amazing seats by the grace of God. I was blessed to get in. And getting there was rough. We had to get up early. We had to fight through the line. We walked a lot. So by the time I got there, y'all know, if y'all seen the pictures, I had on a white pantsuit. The makeup held up pretty well by that point. Y'all, it went left when it was time to depart. Oh Lord. I don't want to cry, but we decided, Vince and I, Henry and Chris were sitting behind us, but we all were like, okay, we're all going to leave at the same time. Well, we decided, because y'all know Trump can go, okay? I love Trump, but Trump, he was going to make it all about him, and he was just talking. I was like, bro, listen, this is a black funeral, and my blackness has worn out. It's time to go, okay? It was time to go. We had been there since like 7, 8 o'clock in the morning. It's like 5 o'clock, okay? I was hungry. The concession stand, they had food, but I spent $40 for 2 popcorns, a pretzel, and a Pepsi. $40. So at this point, we are hungry. Okay, y'all know I'm trying not to do carbs because as soon as I eat carbs, the hot flashes come. I didn't have my personal fan with me. There's a million people in this arena. I'm just ready to go back to I want to go get some food and go to my hotel room, right? So we think we're just going to leave early, right? That's what we thought. That it did not happen that way. Did I tell y'all I had on 4-inch Valentinos? Did I mention that part? Oh, okay. With stockings on. I had on stockings, a whole white, pretty little pantsuit, and 4-inch Valentinos with the rock studs. Okay, so I'm kicking my ankles, and it's just I'm just hurting. It's just not good. We decided we're gonna leave a little early. So to get out the arena, you have to go up the 4 ramps. So you're walking. We get all the way up to the ground level, only for them to tell us, you're free to go, but where are you trying to go? We're like, oh, we're trying to get an Uber. We got to get to the black lot. They're like, yeah, that's not going to happen. No cars are going to be allowed in this vicinity until Trump gets back in that helicopter and gets the heck on. So we're like, oh, okay. Wish we would have known that. So we go back down to the arena, take some more pictures, hug some babies, kiss, 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 goodbye, love you. And then Trump finally finishes. So we're like, all right, let's leave. Do that walk again. By this point, I was like, I don't think I'm gonna make it. Like my feet were hurting so bad. But Vince is reminding me, we're not thriving today, April. We're surviving. Get your head in the game, because it is what it is. I'm like, all right, coach, I got it. So we're walking. We finally get to ground level, and we ask them, hey, where is the black lot? The black lot is where you had to go to get your Uber. Mind you, I have 2 phones, okay? Uno, dos, okay? 2 teléfonos. One is at 6%. One was at 4%. One was at 6, one was at 4. They both were under 10%. That's bad, okay? Because one, we don't know how far the black lot is, and my phone wasn't going to make it. So I'm just like, all right, let's just get to the black lot. Vince had turned his phone off because at the time he turned off his phone, it was at 10%. So we're walking, and they say, oh, the black lot is to the right. Somehow Chris and Henry go straight, and me and Vince got the bright idea to go to the right. Why? Why did we do that? Mind you, we're not the only ones. There are hundreds of people all going in the same direction. So we're all walking right, looking for the black lot. So we're strolling. We thinking, oh, it's just right around the corner. But we're walking. And then the terrain just starts to change. We move from asphalt to dirt. And we're just following the crowd. And we're like, why are we in the dirt? And we're asking people, where is the black lot? And everybody's just, we're like a bunch of lemons. Because there's so many people. Y'all, it was over 200,000 people out there. It was so many people, you really can't see ahead of you. So you're just hoping and praying that the black lot is wherever the people are going in the direction where you're going. You're hoping that's where the black lot is. Well, we get to this one place where they don't let you go any further. And they're like, well, technically to get to the black lot, you got to go around this way. But this is a shortcut. So I'm going to let people go this way. And I'm like, okay, well, when you get to where this guy was standing, it's a friggin' concrete barrier. So I'm like, I don't know what you heard, but how are we supposed to get across this concrete barrier? They're like, oh, you got to hop. You got to jump. You got to jump over it. So I'm watching all these people, y'all. We look like a bunch of sheep. Like, when you counting sheep and they're jumping over the fence. It was like that. People just jumping over this thing. Y'all, I got on a white pantsuit with 4-inch Valentinos on. I got the big white Charlie Kirk sign in my hand and my wallet and one water bottle that was almost empty. And I was saving it because I didn't want to drink and then have to pee. And I didn't want to drink it and then get dehydrated. So I'm just saving it. So Vince hops over first. And I'm like, Charlie, this is so not funny. I was like, you was my people, but this is a lot. I was like, all right, here goes. So I hop over and I land on my feet. I make it. And I'm like, well, shoot, how bad can it get after this? Oh, it gets worse. So now we're on the other side of this concrete barrier. And now there's grass, just grass for it looks like miles. I was like, where are we going? Where is this black lot? I have on shoes. I can't be walking in the grass. Vince is like, we're thriving. All right. We walk in the grass. And I was like, I am very unhappy now. Did I mention it was over 100 degrees in Phoenix, Arizona in September? It's over 100 degrees. I'm hot. Blood sugar's low. I'm tweaking, sweat. I mean, I did my makeup that day and I started out cute, but it was fading fast. Okay, it was fading real fast because you couldn't bring a purse. You could bring no bag of any kind into this arena. Okay, so I had a wallet that had lip gloss in it, no powder, no tissues, no nothing. Just, Lord, what was in my hands I bring. That's all I had. So we're walking in grass and I'm meeting friends along the way. I feel like we're on the road to Emmaus. Like we just talking and walking, about the goodness of Jesus. And so y'all know me. I use humor to try to cope. So on this trek, we see a pallet of water bottles. So I feel like we like the children of Israel in the wilderness and we see manna. That's how I felt. So I cracked this joke. I'm like, y'all, I said, when liberals do something, they leave a pallet of bricks. When the conservatives do something, you luck up on a pallet of water. So everybody started laughing. And we're just trying to make light of this. So everybody's just grabbing bottles. And my hands are already full. So I can only grab one bottle because there's nowhere to put the other bottle. Vince got his hands full of stuff. We're in the grass. Then I hear somebody ahead. Mud! I'm like, Lord Jesus, no, this cannot. Mud? They're like, watch for the mud. I was like, yeah, y'all just wanted to sit down and cry. Mud. So now I'm on my tippy toes in the heels, trying to walk around and not step in the mud. And I'm slipping. White pantsuit at this point, there's no hope for it. Okay, thank you, Cachet, for the pantsuit, but I ain't gonna be able to wear it again. We walk through mud. Then it gets worse. Now there's another barrier. We're like, what the heck? Where the heck is the black lot? This barrier is metal, okay, and it's locked. You can go over it, or you could bend down and scoot in the middle of it, but that's the only way to get across. Vince hops over. I was like, I can't hop. There's no hopping here. So I crouch down and I scoot through. And I get through that. Now there's a ravine. I was like, Lord, what are you trying to teach me? What is the lesson in this? There's this ravine. We're walking alongside some water in a ravine on rocks. At this point, I took my shoes off because I was like, they're ruined anyway. Y'all, the sole on Vince's shoe is gone. He got on some Brunelli. I mean, y'all know how Vince dressed, okay? And no suit Vince put on his back is less than $5,000. In the shoes, we ain't even gonna talk about his shoes. His shoe ain't got no sole, okay? It's flapping, okay? Now, I didn't know this at the time. He tells me this afterwards. He's like, I ain't even had the heart to tell you that my shoe was flapping. So we're walking along the ravine. I promise you, I felt like I was crossing the Rio Grande. I felt like I was a refugee trying to just, like I had a coyote with me. Like we just wanted to make it to America. That was the hope that was in my heart. Like if we can just get to America, it's going to be all right. We walk across this ravine. Did I tell you I had on stockings? Yeah, okay. I got on stockings and it's pebbles. Feet is on fire, okay? Just hurting. We see some police officers. We get to an intersection because Arizona is weird. Like it was streets, but then it was grass and then rock and asphalt and mud. I was like, what? Where are we? Where are we? Police officer at the intersection. We're like, hey, do you know where the black lot is? He was like, so many people have come this way asking where the black lot is, but I don't know. He don't know where the black lot is. So all this time, all this walking we don't even know if we're going in the right direction. So we're like, well, at this point, we ain't got nothing to lose. I'm looking at the phone. Phone's at 2%. I was like, we gonna be stuck. Kill us, Lord. We just gonna die out here. We just gonna be hot and dehydrated. We gonna shrivel up and die. We walk to the left because he was like, well, it can't be this way because that's the direction of the stadium. He's like, it might be this way. So we start walking this way. We see a construction site. Secret Service is posted up in the construction site. They on the roof. I mean, it was just wild. Finally, we see some more police officers. Where is the black lot? Oh, just keep going. Okay. Where is the black lot? We finally see this one officer. He goes, oh, you passed the black lot. Say what? Y'all wanted to fight him. Now, it ain't his fault, but I wanted to fight him. If I had more strength, I would have I wanted to fight him so bad because I stink. I'm soaking wet. I have on white. I have on stockings. Y'all, the stockings were toe up by this point. My toes is out. I got my shoes in my hand. This Charlie Kirk sign. And my wallet and the water, I drank the water already because I had to drink the water. So he goes, no, you passed it. You got to go this way. So we go this way and we can see the black lot in a distance, but it just seems so far away. We get into the black lot and it's a parking lot that says black and it's got numbers on it, but there is no signage. There was no signage that pointed to this being the black lot. And then there was no signage to tell you that this is where you get your Uber. And then when I get ready to call the Uber, the phone gave up the ghost. The phone was like, just stretched out his hand. The phone just died. I was like, oh, my mama. I wanted my mama. I wanted my daddy. I just wanted this to end. I just wanted it to be over. And I'm not mad at Turning Point because they planned this event in less than a week. And nobody anticipated 200,000 people descending upon the city of Phoenix. They did the best that they could. All the resources that they used mind you, we were not the only ones. I'm traveling with the group. I really promise you, I felt like the coyotes and the cartel was going through the Rio Grande. That's how it felt. We get to the black lot and there are cars who had parked in the black lot. And I was like, I wish that would have been us. And we see this one couple and we're like, are you waiting for your Uber? They're like, yeah, but we've been here a really long time. Our phone's about to die and he can't find us. So that just crushes any hope. Like the hope that we had that we was finally gonna get rescued just was gone. And now my phone is dead. I'm freaking out. I'm like, I'm looking at Vince. What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? And so I approached this car because remember, there are people in the lot who had parked their cars, but they were in no rush to leave because the line to leave the black lot was insane. So they was just sitting there with their windows down, listening to their music. And I walked up, y'all. This was like a scene out of What's Love Got to Do with It. Y'all remember when Tina and Ike were fighting? She had on that pantsuit. And Ike was whooping up on her. I mean, he was, Ike was going in and she was fighting back. I felt like Tina in that scene when she running across the street and she's like dodging the traffic. That was me. I walked up to this car. This was the wallet. This is the wallet I had. And I said, sir, I know you don't know me. Mascara, you talking about your girl was down bad. I was down bad. Mascara everywhere. I'm sweating. I said, sir, we've been looking for this black lot for miles and we finally came. But my phone has died. I said, do you have a USB charger? I don't want nothing from you. I'm not homeless because I looked homeless by this point. I said, I just want to charge my phone. And he was like, I said, because we got to call an Uber. And he was like, oh, wait a minute. He said, well, the car, like a few cars down, that guy right there, you see the guy with the bald head? He's an Uber. And I was like, he's like, I think he might be looking for a fare. I was like, say less. I run over to this man like it was like I was Mary Magdalene at the feet of Jesus. Okay? I was just like, sir, please. I said, my phone is dead. I can't call you. I said, but we are staying at the Embassy Suites. I don't know the address. I know it's on Camelback Road somewhere. He's like, well, how many miles away is it? I said, look, homie, I don't know. And he just keeps asking me, how many miles away is it? How many miles? Like, can you tell me, like, how many miles? I said, sir, do you have a phone? Because I'm trying to be nice. I don't want to be in a ratchet tang and show out, but I'm at like a ratchet tang status at this point. I was like, sir, can you please? I said, this is decision overwhelm. I need you to think for me. Can you Google it? I know what street it's on. I can identify it on site. Can you use your phone? So he starts Googling it and he goes, oh, this is 14 miles away. Like, this is, in light of all of this traffic, this is going to cost you about $160. I said, bro, say less. It's yours. Now, he may think that he was getting over on us, but what y'all don't know, Vince was like, bro, I ain't getting over. I would have gave that man he would have gave that man $1,000 to get us out of Dodge, okay? $160, it was, hey, let's make it rain. It's yours. You want a tip? I think I tipped him. I know we did. I think I tipped that man like 20%. Y'all, I didn't get into that car I climbed into that car, okay? I climbed in the car. I threw my shoes. I just sat there and just cried. And I couldn't charge my phone in his car because he had a lightning charger. But Vince had a lightning one. So Vince was able to charge up his phone. Y'all, it took almost an hour to go 14 miles. I did not care. We got to the hotel, I think it was about 7:30. Yeah, the funeral ended at 5:00. 7:30 is when we got to the hotel. I got out that hotel. I know that front desk staff was like, where has she been? I couldn't walk. So if you're in a car, after doing all that walking, I tried to put my muddy shoes back on. I tried to put my feet, which had toe-up stockings, with my toes was just out. Tried to put it in my shoe. Y'all couldn't put my shoe on. My foot had just swollen up so bad I couldn't get my foot in my shoe. So I had to walk through the lobby of the hotel to my room, looking like Tina Turner after Ike just whipped up on her after their last show. That's what I looked like. That is what we went through. Attending Charlie Kirk's memorial. And I can laugh at it now, but it wasn't nothing funny about this past Sunday. It was so bad. We hadn't eaten. I was so hungry that Vince calls and he's like, all right, what are we going to do for dinner? We couldn't find Chris or Henry. Come to find out, y'all, they got stuck in the elevator. Oh, God. Theirs wasn't as bad as ours, but they got stuck in the elevator for an hour at their hotel. So we decided we were going to go across the street to get something to eat. Y'all, the food, where we were going to eat was right across the street. I called the Uber. I sure did. Judge me all you want to. I do not care. I shan't not explain myself to you. I could not walk, okay? So we called an Uber to go across the street. The Uber shows up and he's like, Miss Chapman, I know it's across. He was like, do you realize all these people got accents? I don't know where all these people are from. He's like, do you realize how close this restaurant is? Yes. You want to get paid or not? Can you just take us across the street, please? I called an Uber to go across the street. I sure did. And I would have paid someone to lift me up out the Uber and to walk me into that restaurant. If there was a service, I would have paid for it. Because that's how bad my feet hurt. I was down bad, okay? I told y'all this story. I needed to heal from the trauma. I couldn't tell y'all this on Sunday because I had blocked it out of my mind. And when I tell you this is why me and the dream team are so tight, because we've been through some things, okay? We've been through the struggle together. Me, Chris, Henry, and Vince. Those are my brothers and my sister because we've gone through some things together, but this was the height. I feel at one point, I think I collapsed like Celie did when she saw that Suge was going back to Memphis and she dropped the suitcase and hit the floor. I think that happened. I may have blacked out. I don't remember from the heat, but it was rough. Okay. It was rough.